Hey everybody. Hey Chris. Hey everybody. This is Kim Dahnke, the Shibboleth new member, fast track instructor. And whether you're a new member or a restarting member or just a member who needs this every day to remind them what to do, I'm glad that you're here. No matter the reason, I'm glad that you are here. If you're on Facebook, please take a second to say hello. Let me know that you're here. If you're a member, please hit the share button. If you've got a group, share it to a group. If you don't have a group, share it to your page. If you've got a group, share it to both. Let's get the word out about what we have to offer people. The greatest thing that we have to offer people is that we love people. Thank you, Chris. And we want the people to know that they have options, and we're not charging them an arm and a leg to get it. I think is the sweetest thing that we could ever offer anybody. So please share this video and let people know what we know, because it's really, really important. And the tools and resources that we have are extremely valuable. Thank you, Diane. Hey there, and thank you for sharing. If you're in the Zoom room, please set your chat to everyone, and then make sure next to your name it says everyone. You'll just click where it says chat and then choose the option for everyone. You just click where it says host and panelist and then click that. Let me know in the Zoom room where you're from. If you're brand new, if you just got started, let me know that. If you happen to be watching tonight and you're not a member, let me know that. It does help me know my audience, okay? But I'd love to know where you're from, when you got started. Love to know this information. And I'd like to also know how you heard about Shibboleth. I heard about Shibboleth from a friend posting on Facebook. And I called her up and I said, what is this you're posting about? And she said that she had just lost 80 pounds in 6 months. I said, ooh, well, what is this about? And she told me. So when you are, I got a lot of people here in the Zoom room with me. Y'all take a second to set your chat to everyone. And then if you don't mind, let me know where you're from, how you heard about Shibboleth, how long you've been with us. If you're a member, let me know how much weight you've lost. Let's see. Jean just started yesterday from Gainesville, Georgia. Heard about it from my friend. You've got a good friend. That's awesome. I am so glad that your friend told you about Shibboleth. That is awesome. So Jean, I'm glad you're here. Tonight, we're going to be going over 2 of our tools. We're going to be going over the timing chart and our food library. But what I really, really want you to do, Jean, hang out with me tonight, but I want you to go back and watch Sunday night's webinar and Monday night's webinar, okay? Because Sunday night is the lifestyle overview and Monday night was the simple food combining webinar, okay? So make sure you watch those too, because everything that you hear tonight, if you've watched those other, will come into play. Okay, hey, Pat. Okay. Pat, former member trying to get back on track and from Douglasville. Awesome. Thank you, Jean. That's awesome. I love it. Heard about Shibboleth from a niece. Wonderful. That is excellent. Great. Yeah, I've got a cousin and an uncle and a mom and a stepmom and a stepsister and a stepsister on Shibboleth. I've got, oh, my mother-in-law. Yeah, everybody. Hey, Angelia. So glad that you're here with us again tonight too. Hey, Beth. I see you over there on Facebook. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. We are going to be having a look at the fast track laps. And Diane watched her friend Tammy Pierce lose 65 pounds in 6 months, bought my membership 2 years ago, but didn't get serious until sometime this year. But it didn't show me the rest of your comment, Diane. Hey, Deb. Deb is from Virginia. Melissa, I've been a member for years, but never gave it my full determination. Now I've lost 13 pounds in 4 weeks. Awesome, Melissa. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is wonderful. From Taylorsville, Georgia. Yeah, I'm in Kennesaw. You're not too far away. Okay, so for those of you that have just gotten started and you don't know what you've gotten yourself into tonight, I need you to go back and work through lap 1, all right? And this looks like a long list, but it's not. This one takes about 3 seconds to do. Each one of these 4 things at the bottom is joining some Facebook groups. That takes about 3 seconds per click. And then these are your printables. Diane is down 35 pounds and still losing. Awesome, Diane. These are your printables and your new member things that you're going to want. Here's a little short series of videos. It's 14, but it'll take you less than 1 hour to watch all 14. Lap 2 is all about you getting your account set up in a way that it will give you all the features that you want. Okay, so just work through each one of these little things and realize it's there for a reason. Do you know that I put this curriculum together after I started Shibboleth, and I thought, it would be, yay, Chris. Yay, Chris. She says, high five, girl. I hit 35 today. Congratulations, Chris. I love it. I love it. And I put this together in a way that methodically helps people walk their way through learning and doing what's really going to shorten their learning curve on getting this thing down. So because you've spent time in fast track, you actually will have a much better satisfaction with the Shibboleth lifestyle. Those folks that don't spend any time in fast track, they're not quite as satisfied with the Shibboleth lifestyle as those who do. It's because those who do have given themselves the opportunity to really learn something. Okay, but we're doing lap 3 tonight. And I decided to have a holiday today. When I went to lunch with a friend, I decided to have a holiday. See, that was a decision. It was a decision. It wasn't an accidental. It was I wanted something on that menu and I can do it. So I ate it. But tonight I am having some grape Zevia, which is a cola sweetened with stevia. And I have apple cider vinegar in here to help tame blood sugar. So that's what that is. Okay, so tonight I'm actually going to start by looking at the bottom 2 things on this little action item list first. I want you to create your favorite lists in each category on a fast track worksheet. Now, since Sunday night, you've been hearing me say, create your favorites list, create your favorites list. And if you haven't seen this sheet yet, it's okay. If you have it written on your own paper, it's fine. And if you don't want to print out this sheet, that's fine too. You can create something on your own paper that will help you create those organized lists. But this little black box is your instructions for how to complete this action item. Print and use the attached worksheet to begin creating lists of your personal favorite foods in each list. The great thing about this worksheet is that you can print and create as many as you need. If you do not have a printer, you can use the idea of the worksheet for a template and write this on your own paper. Okay, well, let's look at it. There's quite a bit of color around the top. If you don't want to print it in color, that's fine. Just go ahead and click black and white on your printer. But as you can see, it's just an organized little worksheet for you to think through your favorite lean proteins, your favorite fibrous carbs, and so forth. Okay. Now, what I really want you to do, let's say that you go, okay, I like egg whites, I like chicken breast, I like pork tenderloin, I like fish, I like turkey breast, I like Oikos 000 yogurt, I like, and you can see how I'm starting to slow down a little bit. The things aren't just popping right off. There's still plenty that you eat. They just might not be coming to you as quickly. That's when you go into the food library and you click on the lean protein button and you start digging for 3 more. You at least want to fill in all 10 on these things. Well, shellfish, if you don't eat shellfish, you don't even worry about that column, okay? But fill this in all the way to the bottom. And the task of filling it in and making sure that you fill it in gets you to digging for some new options. Okay. You are on a nutritional adventure. And when you dig, you find gold. So let's find some gold nuggets. Okay. And then you'll do the same thing for fibrous carbs. Maybe you go, oh, I like green beans. I like broccoli. I like asparagus. I like this. I like, oh, what else is a fibrous carb? You go to the food library, you click on fibrous carb, you go, oh, okay, I see those. Those are fibrous carbs. I like those. You write them down. If you don't like anything that I just listed, no worries. You don't have to eat anything on Planet Shibboleth that you don't like, okay? There's going to be plenty of fibrous carbs that you do like. We even have 177 approved breads on Shibboleth, and many, many, many of those are category 2 fibrous carb breads that break down in your body more like a green bean. See, that's the beauty of the food library, is that we tell you which ones work. You no longer have to even look at or buy the ones that don't work. And they're going to be regular food. Sara Lee, Nature's Own, you just find the right ones. And it's awesome. And then the next thing that I want you to do is I want you, after you have filled in all of your favorites, see, you really can't do this next step until you've filled in your favorites. So once you've filled in your favorites, I simply want you to pick something from lean protein. It can be a category 1 or a category 7 lean protein. Get something from your category 2 fibrous carb category. Put one thing there, one thing there. And if it's something that you can cook up in MCT oil, write MCT right there. But if you've written down 000 yogurt and hemp flakes, you wouldn't put MCT there. But let's say that you wanted 4 or 5 little blueberries on there for a condiment. You could write that down and let it be a condiment, okay? So you can do that. So that MCT is just there to remind you that if you're cooking something up, then you could use that. But if you're not, it's just a free blank, maybe for you to write a condiment in. Okay. And then right here, we've got these where you're going to build a category 3 and a 5. You're going to use a 3 and a 5 in your meals. And then, oops, I missed let me see what this says up here. Okay. Debbie, best Shibby approved supper tonight, grilled chicken with light mayo, lettuce, tomato, and cheese wrapped in an approved something, because I can't see the rest of it. Awesome, Debbie. That sounds great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's awesome. And so right here, if you write in a 3, I like to do what I call reverse engineer these. I start with the thing that I know I have to be more careful with. And so let's say I wrote down corn right there. I would write down corn, and then I would think, what lean protein do I want to eat with corn? What fibrous carb do I want to eat with corn? So maybe I write 96% lean ground beef, make myself a little hamburger patty. Maybe I want some green beans. Do you know that's a classic family plate right there? Now, you might not have been using a 96% lean ground beef, but now you know if you're having the corn. If you're having the corn, you won't use anything less than 96% lean ground beef on a perfect day. And then when you come down here to 5, maybe you write in apple and you think, okay, well, what do I want to eat with that apple? What is it from my lean protein category that I would eat? What is it from my category 2 category that I would eat with that? And then right here, you're going to build some category 4s and 2s, which is your protein plus fat and your fibrous carb. And then this is a superfood and a fibrous carb. So I really want you to fill in that. Filling this in is very, very helpful. In the Shibboleth new member fast track group, there is one of these filled in that I did with our members. And so you can go into the announcements of that group and you can scroll through the announcements and find that sheet and just get an idea of what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not really asking you to do freebies, extras, snacks, and meal replacements yet. You can go ahead and do that if you get ahead in the laps. That's totally fine. But we are specifically going to look at some of those on Thursday night, okay? Okay, so what we went over was these 2 little tasks, okay? So once you've done those 2 tasks, you can check that box off. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to familiarize ourselves with the timing chart. The timing chart is my absolute favorite behavior modification tool. See, the food library is a really great information tool. The recipe library is a really great resource. It's an information tool. But you know, besides having the information that I needed to modify some behavior, and the timing chart is my favorite behavior modification tool. So let's have a look at that. Let's read what the black box says. Check on your click on the weekly timing chart above. See right above in that real pretty blue, the 4th color over, it says weekly timing chart. You're going to click on your weekly timing chart above to view your personal timing chart. That will take you to your personal timing chart. The link in this task is actually to a video on how to use your timing chart to your benefit. Your timing chart is going to be an extremely valuable tool for you. It's a great visual as to whether or not you're doing your best. On your first and second perfect days, you're going to see a green check. And then on your 3rd perfect day, you're going to see a flame. And now you are in EFB, baby, efficient fat burning. Your body is now in a state where it can burn fat efficiently, okay? All right, so sometimes we'll have people say, you know, I've been doing this all week and I didn't lose any weight. And I will say, okay, let's have a look at your timing chart. And when I look at their timing chart, one, they may not even have it filled in. If they don't have it filled in, how do we know they did their best? How? We don't. So the timing chart is to be able to tell you whether or not you're doing your absolute best. Now, maybe they did their timing chart, but let me show you. I'm going to show you an example. Okay, so this is 3 different weeks. This is not a month. Don't look at this as a month, okay? So let's say that somebody has this week up here and they go, I didn't lose any weight. Well, they had a perfect day and then a perfect day, then they had a holiday. They had a perfect day and a perfect day and a holiday. Then they had a perfect day. They never got into EFB. So this is the type thing that if you don't get into EFB, can you really say that you did your absolute best for weight loss? You probably didn't do your absolute best for weight loss that week. Now, don't feel bad about it or be hard on yourself. You just keep going. Just keep going. You know, that's the whole point. We've got to be persistent in what we're doing. Now, this week right here, this is a perfect day. And then on that 3rd perfect day, we're in EFB. EFB. And then holiday. This is actually a decent maintenance week, okay? Weight loss wise, oops, my little green check fell off. Perfect day, EFB. You are blowtorching fat like you'd blowtorch butter on that week right there, okay? But now there's you know, the rhythm of grace in Shibboleth. And when you have a holiday, that's all right. You just get right back to business. But the timing chart can give you that visual that you need. If you don't have that visual, you're missing out on a tool that could really help you. Okay, so I'm going to click there. I just want you to see what it looks like when you click there. This just takes you to a video called Your Shibboleth Timing Chart. And all it is a short video with me talking about that. And so you can see that in my hand is that chart. So I'll talk a little bit more about there. That's right, Diane. Consistently persistent. That's right. I love it. But let's have a look at the timing chart right up here. This is where I really want you to click. Okay. I'm going to click up there. And this is this month. All right. So I've had an EFB day yesterday, but today I had a holiday. But I'm going to go back to my very first entry because it doesn't make sense for you to look at a maintenance month because most people are starting off in weight loss mode. So on my first Shibboleth perfect day, I got a green check. On my second one, I got another green check. And then I was in efficient fat burning on my third perfect day. So I want you to know what's happening during these 2 days is that your body insulin has dissipated out of your body. So there's no real chance for you to be storing fat. And any glycogen stores, which is sugar, has been pulled out of your liver, it's been pulled out of your muscles, and it's been used up as an energy source. So there's really no super easily accessible sources of energy in your body except the ones that you're currently eating. And we're eating high quality stuff that works. And when you get into a calorie deficit because of the portion control that we do, your body is going to need energy from somewhere, and it's going to have to go to that stored energy and burn it. Okay. So now you're inefficient fat burning, and you just string as many efficient fat burning days together as you can. So there you go. And then planned or unplanned, a holiday is coming. And I had Easter holiday. And then I got right back to business and perfect day. Now, see this icon right here? This is called an intermittent fasting day. I watched the gold level daily doses. I'm mentioning them, but I don't want you to go there yet. Do all of fast track first and all the silver level daily doses before you go to gold. But anyway, I had already done that because I watched all the silver daily doses before even the 10th. So right here, I had an intermittent fasting day because after watching those gold level daily doses, what I figured out was an intermittent fasting day at its minimum is just 12 hours without eating. And that can include your overnight sleeping time. I thought, okay, I do that anyway. Done. But then over the course of 2.5 years, I have gotten a little bit longer. So now I go about 16 hours each day without eating, and that's intermittent fasting. And then you get back to business. Okay. So intermittent fasting, Travis has said that it will get you back into efficient fat burning faster. But you know what I do in my mind? I mentally think green check, flame. I don't allow my mind to go, woo, I'm back into e-fish. Thank you, Patty. I don't say, woo, I'm back in efficient fat burning now. I expect to see a big old weight loss the next day. No, I want to see, I could have had an intermittent fasting day here, but I didn't. And there would be a flame here. But I just think perfect. After a holiday, in my mind, I see green check, flame. Just because this is where I know that for sure I'm back in EFB. I don't want to trust any shortcuts. Okay, so that's me. But you can see right here, it says, wow. We're going to go over wow challenges on Friday night. Wow challenges are wild and wacky one-day challenges. It's basically like having a meal plan written for you. You just follow it. They are designed to try to help you lose up to a pound in a day, depending on how much weight you have to lose. I always have to say that little caveat there. And then there's another wow challenge day, and there's an intermittent fasting day. Now, these 2 days right here were probably also intermittent fasting days, but the wow challenge trumps that and gives you the little wow challenge icon. Okay, so I was just trying new things. That was my first wow challenge ever. My second one, I was just trying new things. Okay, so I actually lost in 12.5 pounds in that time period there. We're seeing that. Now, when you're looking at this timing chart, you're going to see a couple of things right here. So if you wanted to go to a certain year, you can go, you can switch the gears up here. You can choose the dates. What I did to get to this, I just clicked first entry, and it takes you back to the very beginning. If I wanted to go to today, I could go to today. If I wanted to go back and forth on my months, I could do that. If I wanted to click my journal, I could click there. And look, if I wanted to share this on Facebook or something, I can click that button right there and share this on Facebook, which is super fun to be able to share what we have to offer. So that's how you do that. But in each of these little squares, you actually see some other little symbols. So I will read you what those mean. The symbol, if you have an E in there, it means you participated in an exercise challenge. W means you had a weight entry. P means you added a progress photo. M, you updated your measurements. C indicates you participated in a challenge. J indicates you requested a journal review. And level 1 through 10, like the number, shows your motivational level. Look at my motivational level on day 1, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. I'm getting more excited. 7. And y'all, I left it at 7 for a very long time, just saying, that's it, 7. That's all you're getting. Now I'm like 10, baby, 10. This thing is awesome. But that's what those little symbols are right there. So it's very useful to use this as your tool to see what you're doing. Okay. And then the next month here, what I did was I asked myself, am I going out of town or do I have anything special going on? I always take a look at the next month to see what kind of holidays, like November, they're already kind of planned. I have a plan in my head rather than having holidays willy-nilly. Thanksgiving is coming. I don't want to use up all my holidays before that gets here because that would be sad. So I'd plan it out. So I was going to a wedding this weekend, and that's all I did this month. And then I did a couple of perfect straight months just because I wanted to. I was eating good food. I was in a groove. I was losing weight. I was happy. So just like Chris is over there, she's on day 60 something of perfect days, which is awesome. So there's a whole nother perfect day. In this month, I actually got to what I thought my victory was, lost 35.5 pounds. Then I went into maintenance in the next month and started having a few little holidays here or there. I still continued to lose 15 pounds, y'all. This thing works. It works like crazy. So really utilize this timing chart. This timing chart, these little icons come into the timing chart based on what type of day you journal that you're having in your journal. So you've got to go into the journal, choose the type of day, and then the system knows which icon to give you. If by chance it doesn't give you the right icon, just give it overnight or refresh your page. It'll resync and do the right thing. I've had that happen every once in a while, not very often, but I've seen some members have it. They're like, wait a minute, why did I get 3 checks in a row? I should be having a flame on that 3rd check. The system just had a glitch. And a lot of times, if you'll just let it resync overnight, it'll fix itself. Okay. All right. That doesn't normally happen though, but that's my advice if it does. Okay, so right here, we're going to go into Fast Track and we're just going to check that off, because after you know what the purpose of that is and you've checked it out and you know how to use it, then you know it's there and you know it's available to you. Can you see why that would be a really great behavior modification tool? It keeps you on track as to what your goals are, what you've already done, what you could do a little bit more of if you wanted to in the month. So it's amazing. And I'm real big on checking people's timing charts. So for the whole past month of class, anybody came to class, they had to show me their timing chart. I wanted to see that they were filling that out. If you're not filling out your timing chart, you're really not focusing each day. So go ahead and fill that timing chart out. And sometimes I'll message people through the system when I randomly check people's timing charts. So don't be afraid if you get a message, why is this day not filled in? Why aren't you doing your timing chart? But okay. So now we're going to have a look at the food library. The food library is like the Mac Daddy of information on approved things that are out there in the grocery stores for us to use. It's like having an encyclopedia of approved food. So I'm going to go ahead and read this black box because I used to be a school teacher and a principal. And so I do things a little teachery. All right. Yes, Candace, awesome. I'm glad that you do. It does. It's an accountability system for yourself. So, you know, if you don't live near somebody else or have another friend or something, grab a friend though and bring them along with you on this journey. It's $50 for a year. I mean, you're not asking them to spend an arm and a leg, and y'all can talk the talk and walk the walk together. It's so much fun to be able to do it with a friend. But if you don't have anybody, then you can utilize the tools and systems to do it on your own. And we provide lots of opportunities to do stuff with people via technology. Okay, so this black box is just an idea, but I like the idea because it will help you come up with, I'll read it to you. One of the best ways to begin to familiarize yourself with the food library is to do the following brainstorming activity. Take a blank sheet of paper and write down in no particular order all the foods that you can think of, like, or eat on a regular basis, just like free flowing of ideas on a blank sheet of paper. Then you go into the food library and you type in each one of those names in the search bar, and then you write down what category that item is in. Now, you might also find out that some of the things aren't approved, and that's okay too. You know what I call unapproved things? Holiday foods. Do you know there's nothing you can't eat on Planet Shibboleth? It just depends on what day you're going to eat it on. So now when you're talking to people and you say, "Oh no, I'm not going to eat that today. I'll eat that Saturday," like French fries or something like that. It's just not the day for it. The day could come up in the future, but today's not the day for it. It really is managing things. Okay. Once you've done that, take another sheet of paper or that worksheet that's right down below that I showed you a few minutes ago and organize your list by categories. As you are exploring the food library, I want you to heart each food that you think you might like to try. Okay. If you like it and you know you like it, heart it. If you think you might like to try it, heart it. Even if you don't know what it is and you think you're interested in it, heart it. Because what happens is hearting a food moves it into your personal favorites. And there's a tab for that in the My Journal link and in the food library. So I'll show you that. Okay, so we're going to click here. We're headed to the food library. When you are no longer working your way through Fast Track, you won't access the food library through Fast Track. You'll access it right here in this green tab. Resources, foods, and recipes. Okay, that's where I'm at right now. Let me show you what it looks like. See, this is where you got your video and printables, which is really right there too. Okay, there's many ways to skin a cat on this website and get to things. There's your food library, there's your recipe library, and there's your restaurant options. Okay, but tonight we're doing food library, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff on there. All right, so the way that I want to, there's your my favorites. See right there? So anything that you heart goes into your my favorites. See this green button, add new food? I don't want you to use it. You can use it, but before you use it, I want you to have had a conversation with Kim Shibboleth on the Shibboleth Fixed It Facebook group, because that's a really good place for y'all to converse about a food. If you're interested in adding a food to the food library, take a picture of the front of the item and the back of the item. You post that in the Shibboleth Fixed It group, and Kim Shibboleth will have a look. She'll look at all the nutrition, and if it's something that she will approve, then she might say, hey, go in there and add it into the food library, and then she can move it into the approved foods, or she might do it for you. I don't know. She'll just let you know what you need to do. And if it's not approved, you know, I never mind that something is not approved, because I learned a lesson. My protein shake that I use before Shibboleth is not approved on Shibboleth. The pancake mix that I thought was healthy because it was rice flour or almond flour or something. No, it's rice. Anyway, I thought it was healthy. It's probably healthier than some things, but it's not approved. So I'd still buy it, but I very rarely use it. My family will use it sometimes, but I just buy Shibboleth approved stuff now. So it's really good to be able to learn a lesson. Now, these filters right here, I don't click on the filters from right here because it makes the search too big, in my opinion. So what I do is like I go on lean proteins, then I can use the filter. So I will go to the category first, then use a filter. I'll show you what that is about in just a second. Okay, so if you are looking at this on a computer, a tablet, an iPad, or something like that, you see this whole screen that you're seeing right now. But if you're looking at this on a phone, you're seeing this part over here. You're seeing it listed like that, okay? So as you can tell, we have lean protein, fibrous carbs, energy carbs, protein plus fat, fruit, superfood, and shellfish. As you know, those are our 7 numbered categories that we can use. But there's also some other categories that aren't like a food. Well, sometimes they are. We just put them in a grouping so that you can find them easier. Condiments, creamer. Everybody's interested in how much creamer can I have in my coffee? I don't drink coffee, so I don't pay that much attention to it, but there it is. Freebies, snacks, extras, meal replacements. See, those are all categories, really. Perfect pairing items. Now, that means it doesn't follow the combination rules, but it's still been determined that if you use it in the way that it's explained, that it will still work for fat loss. Breads. Who wouldn't want to see the list of breads? You click there, and then I would do my best to find all of the lower negative number breads because they're probably your category 2s, and check it out. Low blood sugar snacks, phase 1 and phase 2 cereal. We talked about that a little bit last night. And what I want you to know, when you see the words phase 2, it wasn't like you moved into a higher level of learning or a higher quality of food. It really just means that you have more variety, okay? Because when you've got Captain Crunch and Reese Puffs in here, you know you didn't move to higher quality. It just works if you do it with the right milk. And we are a practical, sustainable, and fun lifestyle. So we don't discriminate against any foods. We just tell you which ones are approved. We kind of give you the nuances of which ones are better for weight loss than others. And then it's up to you to make your decisions within the guidelines of the lifestyle. You know, I love that Shibboleth has got some standards. And so we call those, you know, I got the guardrails, you know, but there's a lot of freedom. I can switch lanes on the interstate much as I want to, but I don't want to go off the, I don't want to jump the guardrail. So we got a lot of flexibility within the guidelines. Phase 2 frozen meals and phase 2 soups. You know, you didn't go higher quality necessarily. You know, you got your frozen meals, your canned stuff, but you got to know what works in that area too. So there's a lot of variety there. Atkins, it's a huge list of foods you can eat in Atkins. Everybody wants to know about pizza, so you can click there. There's flour and breading. There's all of the milk options, salad dressing, beverages, beer, wine, and liquor, spices and seasonings. Now, if you like beer, wine, and liquor, there's a video called How to Incorporate Beer, Wine, and Liquor, I think, and you would want to watch that video first so you'd know what to do. Cooking oils and fats, gluten-free products, vitamins and supplements, other random things that people ask us about or we know about, pre and post workout freebies. There's your restaurant guide again, and coach mode meals. Okay, well, now that I'm at the bottom of the list, I'm just going to have a quick look at coach mode meals. In your journal, in your profile, in that purple profile right here, there, oh, I didn't mean to click it, but I did. Let me just show you. If I scroll down here, there's a spot that says coach mode meals. I don't do that. If I want to eat a coach mode meal, then I can eat a coach mode meal, but I don't have my journal set for coach mode because it's very restrictive and strict. I don't need restrictive and strict. I just want to live a good, healthy lifestyle, get my results and all of that. But I can come in here and find meals, and I have found many, many, many meals here. Okay, so some of them are going to be way simple. Some of them are going to be more like, yeah, I see that's a regular looking meal. I mean, a cup of pintos as a meal, okay. and you cook right there. Look, it actually takes you to a recipe. It's probably really, really good. And you can have a cup of them for a coach mode meal. A coach mode meal that I do quite a bit is this hemp bar. These hemp bars are sold at our I'm sorry, I do know how to speak English. These hemp bars are sold at our store. These are a 12-inch bar. They've got hemp seeds in them and a German chocolate. It's a little bit darker German chocolate, but not a nasty dark German chocolate. It's a really tasty. And you can get some nut ones or some dried fruit ones, and a third of it is a meal replacement. These things, they fly off the shelf. I mean, they just, they're so good. And it makes 3 meals. Oops. If you're looking for some simple, quick, and easy meals, come to the Coach Mode Meals option in the food library and scan down and look to see if you see things that you're interested in and start with them. So for example, right here, AHS, it stands for Advanced Health Systems. This is a product specifically made for weight loss, and we do sell it in our store. That's what you're seeing there. Approved protein shake. It can be any approved protein shake as long as it has 5 grams or less of net carbs. Baby carrots. You could use 1 handful of baby carrots as a snack. The Basil line grilled chicken with or without a category 2 vegetable is a meal. And you click there and you click there and it takes you to the recipe, which I had this one night at the beach when my friend made it. It was really, really good. Look, people love to figure out how to get yogurt and berries in. Here's a little berries, yogurt, and hemp flakes parfait. We come down here, look, deli turkey wrap. Shows you how to do that. You've got some perfect pairing items actually right there. Fish and any category 2 vegetable, grilled chicken and salad greens. Just simple. Hamburger steak with broccoli. Health-wise hot chocolate. There's even some healthy choice simply steamers. There's some lean cuisines, mighty muffin, and some other simple things right there. Raw cucumbers or cucumbers sprinkled with Bragg's apple cider vinegar. There's some real good products. There's a Special K product. There's some vegan products if you're vegan or vegetarian. Well, and then Wendy's, chili, and then Zaxby's. And is there any Chick-fil-A in here? Let's see. There's even some Chick-fil-A in here. Okay, so this is a great place for you to go through there and read them and see if you'd want to eat them. If you want to eat them, write them down. Put them on your meal plan. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I would like for y'all to throw out for me three items to get started by looking. I'm going to look up the first 3 that I see. I'm going to specifically look them up, and then I'm going to kind of dig into this just a little bit more. But I like to take y'all's requests on this because it makes it more personable for you, more purposeful. Anybody got an idea of what you'd like to see? What you're curious about? Pizza. I knew that one was coming up. Cindy, do you know that I was actually thinking I'm just going to click on pizza? Okay, we got chicken nuggets, pasta, pizza. Okay, I got those. Those are really good ones to get started with. That's awesome. Okay, well, because we have pizza as an entire link, I'm just going to click on it, okay? Because that takes me to all the pizzas. Most of the time, pizza is just going to be, so-so for weight loss. But when we're here and we got pizza, so this is all the pizza options. So you remember those filters that I mentioned right here? This is where they are. They're right here. Net carbs, Claudia, net. But make sure it's approved. Make sure it's approved. I wouldn't just do my own calculations. I would want to make sure it's approved. But you're looking for 5 net carbs. Okay. If you were looking for something that did not have gluten in it, let's click that filter. Now it's recalculating and I'm not being a happy clicker. I'm just waiting for it to do its work. Okay, do you see how you've got the green there? That means that one is chosen. And so now it's showing just the pizzas with no gluten in there, if you need that. Well, let's say that you want to see really, are there any pizzas that are really great for weight loss? Because there's not that large of a list, I can just scan this little blue box. This little blue box is the weight loss meter. And this is the weight loss meter right here. We've got some real good pizzas that are pretty good on the weight loss meter, and the Sonoma flatbreads, cauliflower crust pepperoni pizza that are pretty good for weight loss, and they're gluten-free if you need that. But I'm going to uncheck that filter. I just wanted y'all to see how the filters work. I'm going to go back to that full pizza list. And because I know that pizza isn't, fabulous for weight loss, but I'm curious as to which ones would at least be negative numbers for weight loss. Because see, here's the weight loss meter. It's a little scale. It goes from a -3 to a +3. 0 right in the center, not going to help you, not going to hurt you. Negative numbers are better for weight loss. Positive numbers are okay if you have them occasionally when you're in weight loss mode. They will not throw you out of the EFB, but if you were to do them morning, noon, and night every day of the week, you probably wouldn't see the results that you want. But it's not going to keep you from having a perfect day or throw you out of efficient fat burning. But because I like to see smaller lists first, I can always expand if I need more options. I'm going to drag that little slider ball down to my negative options. A lot of times I'll pick -2, -3, but I know pizza, it would really have limited it to just 2 because I've done this enough to know. So that's why I picked -1, -3. So we've got the better for you thin crust pizza. Let's see what that looks like. I've never even seen that. Okay, there's the better for you 4 cheese pizza. And when we look at this, it's going to tell you that it's a meal replacement in this case. This is a meal replacement. 1/3 of the pizza is your approved portion. This yellow number is the weight loss meter. And the weight loss meter, though, I want you to keep in mind that typically a food item is going to have the lowest weight loss meter. But when you come down here in the description of some foods, it'll say, if you do this with it, or if you do this with it, then the weight loss meter would be this. It'll tell you if it changes it, because depending upon how you're using a food, it can also change the weight loss meter. Because let's say that you're using something that you could use either as a meal or a snack. Typically, if you're using it as a meal, it's going to be better on the weight loss meter. And if you're using it on a snack, it's typically going to be around a 0 at least, because snacks aren't that great for weight loss. Okay, if I really wanted to figure out and try this pizza right here, I could heart this pizza and that would put it over into my favorites, okay? And then tomorrow night, we'll talk about adding things to the grocery list. But we come down here to the description. You've got to read the description. The description and the details, that's where all the important things are. You can have 1/3 of the pizza. You can also have a side salad with 0-calorie dressing if you'd like. Nutrition information varies slightly amongst flavors, but what's listed right here is for the 4 cheese. This is the information for the 4 cheese. And then flavors include 4 cheese, roasted vegetable, uncured pepperoni, and Mediterranean. If there's really no linked recipes to a pizza, but if there was, like if I was looking up sweet potato, you'd see all the linked recipes right there. And this where it says where to buy, this is member entered data. So you'd actually have to have a member click there and add a store where they have found it. So if it's nothing there, it just means that it's available somewhere. Members just haven't gone in and said where they have found it. Okay. All right, so let's come off of that one, and maybe we want to look and see what this Sonoma thing looks like. Okay, Sonoma. Well, that looks good. I've got that hearted. It's a -1. It's a meal replacement. Ooh, it's also a gluten-free. I'm not gluten-free, but I know a lot of people need it and are, and so I'm always curious to kind of learn which ones will work for them. A third of the pizza with or without a category 2 vegetable or side salad. You may have up to 50 calories of approved dressing on your salad. Okay, that sounds good. Sounds real good. Okay, so that's kind of where you find pizza. But if you'll notice that there wasn't any Domino's or Papa John's listed there or anything else like that, right? So let's just expand this list just a little bit and see if we can find some of those types of pizzas. It's always good to look, see what's best for weight loss, then expand your list if you want to. All right, look, now we've got some DiGiorno in there. Now see how the weight loss meter is right there? Let's come down here and see if we can, there's Domino's. Now Domino's is very specific. It's 2 slices of the 12-inch Philly cheesesteak thin crust. So when you click there, it's a meal you call it a meal replacement. It's 2 slices, and it says you can have 2 slices on thin crust. That's that. I like the DiGiorno right up here. They're all good. And I really like this Amy's pizza. It's good too. Okay, so let's have a look at, let's see if chicken nuggets is in here. Chicken nuggets. Got to be some chicken nuggets in here. Okay, so we have the Applegate Farms gluten-free chicken nuggets, fit and active grilled chicken bites, incognito. That's funny. Incognito. Morningstar Farms chicken nuggets. Obviously, that's going to be a vegetarian product. Kid Fresh Mighty Meaty chicken meatballs. Members Mark Southern style chicken bites. Okay, let me just click here. I have not bought these, but I have heard that these really, really rock. Now, these are a category 4 protein plus fat, and it also says condiment. So I'm curious about that. I'm going to mark this because I might want to try that. And look, I even have a grocery list called Might Want to Try. I'm going to throw this in my Might Want to Try grocery list. Okay. 4 to 5 pieces counts as a category 4 plus your condiment. Oh, okay. What that means is this thing, the way that it's made, is your category 4 and your condiment. So you would not add additional condiments to this meal. Basically, the breading is probably the condiment on this thing. Okay, this product counts as a category 4 protein plus fat and condiment. So the only condiments that would be approved to use with it are 0 calorie. And look at this, in capital letters. It must be combined with a category 2. See, because we can eat a category 4 protein plus fat by itself, but this is not regular steak. This is not just a piece of steak. This is a processed food. And based on our details, we've looked at this, they're telling you in caps, must be combined with a category 2. We do that to keep you safe. So I've heard good things about that. So Jennifer, you might want to look those up. I hear you can buy them at Costco. Did it say? Did it say? I don't think it said. I've heard, oh, Sam's Club. Sam's Club. So there's 10 people that have confirmed they have bought it at Sam's Club. Okay, let's sit out. See, you got a couple of more vegetarians. Real good stuffed chicken nuggets, and then you've got Tyson Naturals grilled chicken breast nuggets. But if you're looking for little fried ones, that's probably the Members Mark is probably the one that you want. And I've eaten these Applegate Farms gluten-free ones before. If you're gluten-free, they're pretty good. I don't buy them much. They're a +1 on the weight loss meter. Let's see what those others are. Oh, and those member mark ones are -1. So I'd be much more likely to buy those -1 ones. Okay. So that's some chicken nuggets that we've looked up. Now let's look up pasta. Okay. So I've typed pasta in. And this is what you'll do with that list that you brainstormed. Okay. You want to, like, if you wrote down, I like broccoli, you're going to look up broccoli, and then it's going to say a category 2 fibrous carb, and you're going to write that down. Okay. So the search for pasta returned 84 results. If I wanted to use a filter, I could use a filter, but I am going to narrow down my search with the weight loss meter. Do I really need 84 options? I don't. Why do we have 84 options in here? Because members say, I found this at my grocery store. It looks like I think it would work. Can you look at it? Because I'm interested in trying it. We look at it. We tell you whether or not it works. If it works, we add it to the food library. It grows the food library because somebody else may find it in their grocery store and may be curious about it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take this down to, I want to see what's the best of the best pasta. Is there anything in -2, -3 that'll work? So I'm going to hit the set button. I'm going to let it recalculate. And I've got some items, and you can see that I have hearted some things. Okay, so this is the Explore Cuisine pastas. Let's have a look at this one right here. This is the Explore Cuisine black bean spaghetti pasta noodles. You might have just went, ew, they're dark. I actually thought the same thing, but they're pretty good. So I'd at least try them and see if they worked. Look at this, category 1 and category 2. What does it mean when something is in 2 categories? It means that it's got enough lean protein and fibrous carb properties to be both. Is 1 and 2 a proper combination? Yes, this could be eaten alone if you wanted to, because it's a approved combination. You can find it in our store right here. You can find it on Amazon. We prefer that if you are going to purchase something, you'd buy it from our store. It really helps the little ministry out. And if you buy it on Amazon, it will at least give us 2 to 4 cents back on the dollar. Let's say, though, that you just want to go to Amazon and shop, but you don't need any food. If you at least click through a link from our website to Amazon, they'll give us 2 to 4 cents on the dollar for anything that you put in there. iPad, sofa, shower caps, whatever you put in there, you know, it's just like $100 a month to us, but every little bit helps. Every bit helps. But if you shop in our store, it will be more beneficial to us, but not required. All right, so this is a -3 on the weight loss meter. I've got it hearted. I do like it. I've given it 5 stars, so that's what these are. You can rate foods in here. You can heart and unheart them if you don't like them. And you come down here, and here's a description. I'm not going to read that whole description so I can make it through some additional things today. And then you've got a video if you want to watch a video. And then, as I mentioned earlier, if there's any recipes that are attached to a particular food item, they're listed right down there. So there's 6 that have been picked with that. And then where to buy it. Okay, people have found it at all these different places. So that is a great option. But let's say my family is not going to eat black noodles. Let's say you're saying that. Well, maybe they do this one. And this one is not, it's just slightly green. So they might not be able to tell if you put, you know, pasta sauce on there. But again, it's a category 1 and 2. So I personally thought that I would enjoy the black bean ones more than the edamame ones. I like the edamame ones just a little bit more than the others. I mean, minutely, but anyway. Okay, and again, category 1 and 2. Let's see. Can you set Shibboleth as, I wish that you could. I wish that you could, but you can't, Chris. I wish that you could, because I had a different place set as my Amazon Smile charity, and it'll ask me if I want to go to that, because I'll click through to get to Amazon from one of the links in the Shibboleth website, and it'll say, do you want to switch to your charity? And I'm like, no, I want it to go just where I click from. And then, and I don't know why not, Chris. then there's a description down below. This Travis spaghetti recipe, y'all, you have got to write that one down. It is so super simple. So super simple. Let's look at it real quick. Nah, I don't have time. We'll look at it tomorrow night. But it is so good. Okay, but anyway, there's that. Let's go back to that the pasta list though, because I want to show you something else. And Angelia says it tastes great also. Yeah, the Travis spaghetti, if y'all write that down. I'm going to take my little slider ball and I'm going to slide it up and I'm going to expand my list by one more little level. And I've expanded it a little bit, and what it's found me is this one. I want you to see this one. This one is the al dente carbonara pasta. Do you see this right here? This is a category 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. What does that mean to you? Because you're seeing a 3 here. Ding, ding, ding. That means that you are not going to put any protein plus fat with this. And you're not going to put any fruit or superfoods with it either. But if you wanted to put meat with this, you could pull something from category 1 or category 7. And this is a proper combo on its own. So you could just eat it alone. And it's a -1 on the weight loss meter. But let me show you one more. We scroll up to a 0 and hit set. I'm wanting to have a look at something called, this will be the last thing that we look at because Travis is going to be doing a video in about a minute and y'all might want to go watch that. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get to this fiber gourmet, and we can always pop in on his video in just a second. Y'all don't leave. Let's watch this one. I mean, now look, this is a 0 on the weight loss meter, meaning not going to help you, not going to hurt you. But if you've got kids, they may like this a little bit better. And I just wouldn't have this every single night of the week. But if you have it like once a week on the weekends or something like that, it'll be good. It's a category 2 fibrous carb. Now, why is this? This looks just like regular penne, right? There's linguine, elbows, penne, and rotini. There's also a mac and cheese. But this right here, look. Normal pasta, 210 calories. This, 100 calories. Why? Because it's made with 25 grams of fiber versus 2 grams of fiber that come in regular pasta, and fiber 0 calorie, hence almost half the calories. And then it's also got 17 grams of net carbs, where most pasta has 41 grams of net carbs. So this is a really great option for pasta. Okay, well, as you can see, there is a wonderful resource and tool right there for you. If you're watching and you're not a member, please grab yourself a membership. You know that if you want to bring a friend along on this journey with you, $50 is really not too much to even gift them a membership if that's what you need to do to bring a friend along with you. But you can get a membership at shibbolethdeals.com, shibbolethdeals.com. And right now, I'm going to go pop on over and watch Travis's video. If y'all don't know how to find that, let me show you real quick. You can go right here to the pink online webinars tab in your account, and it says Tuesday, a new life happening now. When you click register, it's going to take you, it says join meeting in progress, put in your info, click that button, and you'll be right in there. I hope to see y'all tomorrow morning for the Shibby Show. And again, tomorrow night, we're going over the grocery list and the recipe library. It's going to be fun. We're going to start building a Thanksgiving Day recipe grocery list. Bye, everybody.